Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how it is. Seems like everywhere you turn, there's a new gadget, a software update, or something about the cloud. It can feel like a whirlwind, especially if you're trying to run a business. And that's actually exactly what we're diving into today, IT support for businesses. We've got a great guide for business owners here, and gonna break it all down for you. It's something I've always wondered. What does good IT support even look like? Is it just like fixing a printer jam, or is there more to it?
Oh, it's definitely more than just fixing printers. This guide really hits on something called IT service excellence. And it's really about thinking ahead. It's kind of like building a house. You don't just want to slap it together and hope for the best. You need a strong foundation to keep things running smoothly.
Okay, so IT support is the foundation of a business's tech world. But what does that actually mean for, like, someone running a small business?
Well, imagine you're in the middle of a huge project and your computer crashes, taking all your data with it. Or even scarier, your entire system gets locked down by ransomware. These are the types of disasters that can really cripple a business. And robust IT support is all about preventing those situations.
All right, yeah, I can already see why this matters. The guide also talks about comprehensive care. What falls under that umbrella?
Think of it like a well-maintained car, right? You get regular oil changes, tune-ups, you get checkups to prevent major breakdowns. Comprehensive IT care is really similar. Proactively maintaining your IT infrastructure, keeping everything updated, and having a team that's ready to provide fast, reliable support when you need it.
So in this deep dive, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of what it takes to keep a business's tech world running smoothly. And more importantly, what can happen if you don't have that support.
Exactly. And one of the key takeaways here is that solid IT support is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity for businesses of all sizes. Think about it. You rely on technology for practically everything these days, from communication and collaboration to sales and marketing to managing your finances. And when your technology fails, your business suffers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The guide also dives into some specifics like remote IT maintenance and mobile solutions. I have to admit, remote IT maintenance sounds pretty futuristic to me. Is it really possible to fix a computer problem without, being in the same room?
Absolutely. With remote access tools, IT specialists can actually diagnose and often fix software issues, install updates, and even troubleshoot network problems, all without needing to physically be there.
So they can like see my computer screen and fix things from miles away. That's wild.
It is pretty amazing what technology can do these days. And speaking of technology, we can't forget about mobile solutions. It used to be that everyone worked in the same office, tethered to their desktop computers.
Right. And now everybody's working from coffee shops, airports, home offices.
Exactly. And mobile solutions are all about enabling that flexibility while keeping everything secure. Think smartphones, laptops, tablets, all seamlessly connected and protected. So your employees can work from anywhere, anytime, without compromising security.
So IT support isn't just about keeping the computers in the office running anymore. It's about supporting this whole mobile, interconnected world we live in.
That's a great way to put it. And, with all this connectivity comes a whole new set of security challenges. That's why data protection is a huge focus in this guide.
It seems like every day there's a new story about a data breach or a cyber attack. It can be pretty scary stuff, especially for smaller businesses who, they might think, oh, I'm not a target.
You're absolutely right to be concerned, and that's why having a robust IT security strategy is essential.
So what does a robust strategy even look like? The guide mentions everything from hardware failures and hackers to just plain old human error.
Hmm.
What steps can businesses take to protect themselves?
Well, first and foremost, it's important to remember that security is not a one-time fix. It's an ongoing process. Think of it like locking your doors and windows. It's a basic but essential step in protecting your home.
So what are the digital locks and windows that businesses need?
We're talking about firewalls to block unauthorized access, antivirus software to detect and remove threats, regular security checks to identify vulnerabilities, and perhaps most importantly, keeping all those systems updated.
Okay, so updates are important. Got it. But all this sounds pretty high tech and potentially expensive. I'm sure a lot of small business owners are thinking, can I even afford this level of support?
And that's a great question, and that's where the idea of tailored solutions comes in. Just like a good tailor creates a suit that fits your specific measurements, a good IT service provider will design a solution that fits the specific needs and budget of your business.
So it's not about forcing everyone into the same, expensive package.
Not at all. There's a ton of options out there. For example, cloud computing is a game changer for many small and medium-sized businesses. It's like having a virtual server room without the need for expensive hardware and maintenance. Then there are email management systems that can streamline communication and collaboration, and network security solutions tailored to protect sensitive data without breaking the bank.
So it sounds like there are a lot of options available, but it's also important to know what your business actually needs.
Exactly. And a good IT service provider will help you figure that out. They'll take the time to understand your business, your goals, and your budget, and then they'll recommend the best solutions for you.
Speaking of data protection, the guide really emphasizes the importance of backups. Why is that such a crucial part of IT support?
Because sometimes, despite our best efforts, things go wrong. Hardware can fail, cyber attacks can happen, and let's face it, humans make mistakes.
Oh, I've made plenty of mistakes on my computer. Deleted the wrong file, accidentally closed a window without saving. It happens.
It happens to the best of us. And that's why backups are your insurance policy. They ensure that even if the worst happens, you can recover your data and get back up and running as quickly as possible.
So backups are like a safety net for our digital lives. I like that analogy.
Exactly. And they're especially important for businesses. Studies show that 93% of companies that lose their data for 10 days or more file for bankruptcy within a year. That's a sobering statistic.
Whoa, 93%. Okay, I'm definitely convinced about the importance of backups now. But what about other ways to protect our precious data? What else does IT support do beyond, just backups?
It's about creating a culture of security.
A culture of security. What does that mean?
Well, a good IT service provider will not only implement the right technical safeguards,
Yeah.
like firewalls and antivirus software, but they'll also help train your employees on best practices for data security.
Ah, so it's not just about the technology, it's about the people using it too.
Exactly. We're talking about things like creating strong passwords, recognizing phishing scams, and being cautious about what information they share online.
So it's a combination of technology and human awareness.
Yeah.
And a good IT support team will help businesses implement both.
That's right. And they'll also be there to help you when things go wrong. Because, let's face it, even with the best security measures in place, incidents can still happen.
So what happens when that dreaded something went wrong moment occurs? How does a good IT support team handle emergencies?
Well, that's where speed and expertise are key. A reliable IT support team will have clear process for handling incidents. They'll be able to quickly diagnose the problem, contain the damage, and get things back to normal as quickly as possible.
So they're like a rapid response team for the digital world.
Exactly. And just like you'd want a rapid response team to be well-trained and equipped,
Yeah.
you want your IT support team to have the knowledge and the tools to handle any situation.
Okay, this is all making me feel a lot more confident about navigating this digital world as a business owner. But our guide also stresses the importance of regular IT maintenance. Is that really necessary? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, no, it can be tempting to think that way.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, waiting for things to break is a recipe for disaster, especially when it comes to IT. Think of it like car maintenance. You wouldn't wait for your engine to seize up before you change the oil, would you?
True, true. I definitely try to stay on top of those oil changes.
Exactly. And regular IT maintenance is similar. It's about catching those small issues before they become big, expensive problems. Keeping your systems running smoothly, optimizing performance, and identifying potential vulnerabilities before they can be exploited.
So it's preventative medicine for our computers and networks. Makes sense. But what about all those updates? It seems like every time I turn around, there's a new software update or a security patch to install. Is it really that important to keep up with all of them?
It's definitely important. Updates are crucial for two main reasons: security and functionality. Security updates patch vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers. So think of them like digital armor that protects your system from attacks.
So those updates are really plugging up holes that hackers could use to get in.
Exactly. And then you have functionality updates, which those improve performance, add new features, and ensure that your software is compatible with the latest operating systems and devices. So skipping those updates could leave you with software that's slow, buggy, or just doesn't work as well as it should.
Okay, so staying updated isn't just about having the latest bells and whistles. It's about keeping our systems secure and running smoothly.
That's a great takeaway. And honestly, one of the biggest benefits of having a good IT support provider is that they'll take care of all that for you. Making sure your systems are always up to date and protected, one less thing for you to worry about.
I like the sound of that. So we've established that solid IT support is a must-have in today's business world. But there's another key point this guide makes that I want to touch on: expertise. It really emphasizes the need for skilled IT professionals, especially as cyber attacks are becoming more and more sophisticated.
That's absolutely right. We're not just talking about someone who can fix a printer jam. We're talking about highly skilled professionals who understand the complexities of cybersecurity, cloud computing, data management, and all those ever-evolving technologies that businesses rely on.
So it sounds like finding the right IT support provider is about more than just, finding the cheapest option.
It definitely is. It's about finding a partner you can trust, a team of experts who understand your business needs and can provide the level of support and expertise you need to succeed. You're essentially entrusting them with the heart of your business, your data, your systems, your ability to operate.
That's a big responsibility. So how would someone go about finding that perfect IT partner? Is it as simple as just doing a Google search?
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that. You wouldn't just pick the first doctor you find online, would you? It's important to do your research, ask for recommendations, and really understand what each provider offers.
So what kind of questions should someone be asking potential IT providers? What are the red flags to watch out for?
Those are great questions. First and foremost, you want to understand their experience and expertise. Do they have a proven track record of working with businesses like yours? Are they up to date on the latest security threats and technologies? You should also ask about their availability and response times. How quickly can they resolve issues? Do they offer 24/7 support? And what about their communication style? Are they clear and easy to understand? Do they proactively keep you informed?
Yeah, communication is so important, especially when you're dealing with something as potentially complex as IT.
Absolutely. You want a provider who can explain things in plain English, who's patient with your questions, and who can guide you through the often complicated world of IT.
Okay, this is all super helpful. I'm feeling much more prepared to navigate this whole IT world now. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I have one final thought-provoking question for everyone listening. We've talked a lot about preventing problems, but what happens when, something does go wrong? How do you choose the right IT support provider for your business? What are the key things to look for to make sure you're getting, the best possible support? That's something to think about. Until next time, stay curious.